Problem number 104 starts with this very common joseki in the corner here, where white approached, black pincered, and then took the corner. From here, black usually has three choices. Black can either go here, can do the knight's move, and can even go here. This problem starts when black goes here. White pushes up, black hanes, white hanes back, black extends, and then white attaches to the stone here. So the question for 104 is, how should black continue this joseki? The correct move for black is to hane, not extend. After black hanes, white has a few options here, starting with white haneing back, and then black will extend, and extend again, and now black secures fourth line territory, whereas white really got nothing out of this. Another thing white can do instead of haneing is cut, and this is okay for black. Black was willing to give up that stone. So in order to do that, black will Atari, white will extend, black will fix his weakness. If white captures the stone, then black will Atari, forcing white to capture, and then secure the outside by fixing like this. This is really good for black, because black has all of this outside influence. This is pointing this stone, he's making this giant moyo up here, so this is a very good result for black. If white, instead of turning here, turns here, this is also okay for black. Like before, black will Atari this, white will connect, black will go here. Now white's going to capture the stone, and then black's going to expand his moyo just like before. Again, this is getting very, very good for black. If black ever wants to come back and defend this lower right, his move is this one right here. And just as an aside, the reason why white had to play this move is because it's sente. So for instance, if white doesn't respond to this and does this, black can push through, and if white blocks, this is Atari and it's just going to die. So white needs to come back and play this move. Another thing white can do instead of haneing or cutting is push up here. And black's response is to hane, white will cross cut, and then black is going to save these two stones by playing here. This also removes some aji after this one. And now white will hane to get to the outside, and similar to before, black will just back off a couple times and be okay with that. Now white is going to poke at this, black will defend, and then jump. And now since all of black's stones are secure, these are okay, this is okay, these are okay, black can extend this move to fight. Problem number 108 starts with a similar sequence within this one, where instead of haneing here, white decides to extend and fight over here. And so the question for black is, how does black continue this? Black should hane here, and white's response will be to cut. This is not a ladder because it'll break right away. If white Ataris this, the ladder's broken already. So white cannot capture this in a ladder, even though if it was a ladder, it'd be good for white. White will come back and Atari this stone. From here, black is going to push through and cut and use the aji in here. If white blocks, black will cut. If white Ataris, black will Atari back. This forces white to capture. White cannot play here. If white does, it's just dead. So that's self-Atari. White needs to capture. And then after white captures, black can Atari this stone. If white connects this one, then black's can capture everything, so white is forced to capture here. This is a free move for black, forcing white to connect. And then when black turns here, he's threatening to set up some sort of ladder, and to prevent that, white will extend over here. And then once white made that decision, then black can capture here. And so now that white has this giant dumpling that's pretty weak in here with no eyes, as well as these two weak stones, black has a good advantage in this game. Backing up, if instead of haneing, black just extends, this doesn't really do anything. White's just gonna hane, and if black backs off similar to before, then white's gonna come back, and now black is the one that's under attack. So instead of cutting here, white needs to come back and defend his corner, allowing black to fix his shape, and then white can come back and try to save these stones. Black is still satisfied, but at least white defended the corner successfully. Problem number 113, white just played this move to secure the upper left corner here. What should black do now? Black should jump here and attack these 5 stones. If white pushes, then black will extend. If white pushes again, then black will jump. And so now black is getting this outside influence where white still is not getting anything out of it. Problem number 122 continues from this, where white extends here. Question for black is, what should black do now to attack this group? Black's move is to shoulder hit, forcing white down, and then do a knight's move here, fully surrounding white's group. And if white extends, black will play here to defend against the cut. And now white can attach. Black will just Hane on top, allowing white to link up, and then Tari and fix. And now, for all of white's efforts, white is basically getting no territory, whereas black got all of this outside influence. This is a good attack for black. Backing up a little ways, instead of extending here, white does the diagonal. Problem number 124 is, how should black continue to attack this group? Black's move is to extend over here, and then if white pushes up, black will Hane on top. If white Hane's back, black will extend. White will pull back to make some shape, allowing black to turn. White will Hane. Black will Hane back, and then do this little extension thing a couple times. And then black will do the knight's move here. Now, even though white was making some shape and getting a lot of influence, this influence is facing the right side here. And with black's single stone here, this is undercutting it. So this is like an open skirt. So this stone essentially nullifies all of this influence that white was getting. Conversely, black's influence is reinforced with his corner over here. And so black's going to get a lot more out of his influence than white will. Backing up a little ways again, instead of the diagonal or extending, white decides to wedge in here. So problem number 125 is, how does black respond to this wedge? Black's move is to Atari, of course. Now, instead of connecting, white will cut, and then black is going to give the stone up by Atarying, forcing white to capture, and then black will Atari back. And now, if white cuts here, black will just connect, and then white can come back and Atari this stone. This is double Atari for white, so white will capture, and then black will extend. Now this group essentially has one eye, maybe, and if white Tanukis here and black gets this move. And similar to before, white is, let's say white does live, white only got a couple of points in here, whereas black got all of this nice thick influence, where white got nothing. Backing up, instead of giving up the stone, if black extends, then white's gonna follow, black can extend again. Now you gotta keep in mind that this stone is an Atari, so if white drops down here, then black can just capture and connect and be fine. And so white can't play this move, white needs to come back and connect, forcing black to connect, and then white will try to push through, black will block, white will Hane around here because now this is Atari, and then white can potentially kill the corner, so black needs to fix his cutting points. White will play here, threatening this cut, forcing black to fix. This is just a free move for white, and then white will come back to fix their cutting point. Black will come back and capture these two. Now this is a failure for black. Black has a strong position like before, but white's stones are a lot more secure than they were, plus they're reinforced with this thing, and they can run over here if they need to. So this is a lot better result for white than the other example.